On this week's UBC From Here, immersing oneself in another culture.
Everything was an experience. Every moment was an experience. So the community-based research, working with the schools, there was a lot of learning curves, really good life experiences and how to handle yourself in another culture. The experiences I took away from it definitely helped build me more confident. It made me a better person, not necessarily different. I think I'm still who I am, but definitely am a better for it.
The Faculty of Education celebrates its silver anniversary.
We started off with just an elementary program, and after a number of years we were able to begin the secondary program. We increased the numbers and increased the options and had that continual gradual progression and development. That progression continued, and then of course we developed a master's program, and shortly after that in 2004 was when the announcement that UBC was going to take over the institution.
High expectations for Heat women's volleyball.
Expectations are very high. I think everyone on the team knows how good we can be and knows how good we are, and I think it's just a matter of us executing.
And getting the most out of your post-secondary education.
As you are in university, you learn how to kind of come into yourself, come into your own personality.
Welcome to this week's UBC From Here. I'm Emmy Chahal. When a UBC anthropology professor recently traveled to Tanzania, she discovered an environment that would serve as a unique classroom.
Tanzania is one of the cradle of humankind. We've got Old Pi Gorge there, where we've got human fossils going back over 2 million years. We've got all this incredible cultural diversity, not just different cultures, but different language families coexisting there. I had gone a previous year and fell in love with the place and just thought what an amazing place this would be to bring students. I'm an archaeologist, so I study human origins, and I also am an ethnobotanist, so I work with people and communities about how they use plants for food and medicine. And so Tanzania to me was this beautiful combination of these things that I love to do. This was a trip through Go Global. This was my second year doing it. Last year I took 23 students over, most from UBC Okanagan, but a few from UBC Vancouver. And we did 3 courses altogether. One was on the people of Tanzania, one was on doing community-based research, and the third one was on anthropological perspectives on voluntourism.
I've done a lot of traveling already. The opportunity was presented, and I also knew people that went the previous year and heard nothing but good things about it. I love traveling, so experiencing new cultures has always been something I look forward to.
I teach a lot of anthropology and archaeology, and a lot of anthropology is focused on working in communities, and yet, you know, in the classroom in a regular semester, students don't get that opportunity often to go out and actually practice what they've been learning in books. When I was flying over the first time, I thought, what am I doing? I'm bringing 23 students to Tanzania. Am I crazy? Like, I was nervous. You know, you've got a plan, but you honestly don't know how it's all going to unfold. Both years I've had just amazing students, and I've been so impressed with how, again, everybody's outside of their comfort level, really, and how everybody grouped together and helped each other and just worked together to pull this all off.
Everything was an experience. Every moment was an experience. So the community-based research, working with the schools, there was a lot of learning curves, really good life experiences and how to handle yourself in another culture. The experiences I took away from it definitely helped build me more confident. It made me a better person, not necessarily different. I think I'm still who I am, but definitely am a better for it.
One of the things that really stood out for me, and you know, all the students had these amazing experiences from what they've told me, but one student said to me, you know, before I came here, I used to tell people that you just can't help 1 or 2 people in the global south. You know, you have to change the whole system. And we'd been visiting an orphanage where we'd done some organic gardens for them, and we'd done these also at one of the schools. And he came up to me at the end of the day and said, you know, I realize now that you can help help one or two people. You could help those children, one or two children, and that would make a big difference. And so doing something like that, to see a student have that realization that totally changed their worldview, that's for me what makes doing study abroad, these sort of hands-on courses, really worthwhile.
2014 marks the 25th anniversary of teacher education programs in the Okanagan. It's a program that continues to create teachers of the future.
The Faculty of Education at the University of British Columbia's Okanagan campus has a significant role as an education provider in the rural and beyond the Lower Mainland. It's a role we've really stepped up to, and we have 25 years of history of serving schools both large and small.
The education faculty was started in 1989 within what was then Okanagan College and in partnership with the University of Victoria. The fact that we brought a teacher education program to the Okanagan to begin with, it was quite significant. In those first number of years, we had a lot of mature students. They were sort of restricted to remaining local, so they were kind of waiting for an opportunity to get a Bachelor of Education degree.
Over the 25 years of our history here, I think we've done an excellent job of serving both the urban centers and the challenges of a diverse population, but also the needs of rural educators in cities and towns where population, economics, demographics have changed over that time.
We started off with just an elementary program, and after a number of years we were able to begin the secondary program. We increased the numbers and increased the options and had that continual gradual progression and development. That progression continued, and then of course we developed a master's program, and shortly after that in 2004 was when the announcement that UBC was going to take over the institution.
Education over 25 years has changed and not changed. The roots of education have changed very little. The principles of honoring children, of supporting diversity, of thinking of learning as a lifelong opportunity regardless of where you are, but now embracing the tools of our time to realize we have access that we've never had and opportunities that we've never had, and rich and powerful tools to think with.
As a new member of the faculty, what really appeals to me about this faculty is the strong focus on mindfulness, on inquiry, on diversity and inclusion as foundations for what it means to be an educator.
Many of our grads have gone on to do great things. We've watched them become master teachers. We've watched them become leaders within the school systems. Some have become involved in curriculum development. We've seen a good number of them come back and take our graduate programs. And some who have gone to overseas teaching and have become involved in some significant programs in various countries. So it's quite a diverse achievement, but we've seen many of our grads who've taken on very significant roles within the teaching profession, and then a lot who maybe have stayed local but have become really solid, effective teachers, and many who now are the sponsor teachers or the receiving teachers for many of our current sponsor teachers, so the cycle has gone around for them.
After only 4 years in the CIS, Heat Women's Volleyball is gearing up to what promises to be a very exciting season with championship aspirations.
The 2014-2015 edition of the UBC Okanagan Heat Women's Volleyball team has its eyes squarely set on one goal: a trip to nationals.
Expectations are very high. I think everyone on the team knows how good we can be and knows how good we are, and I think it's just a matter of us executing.
After narrowly missing out on a berth to nationals last year, this year's squad has had a renewed focus heading into the preseason.
Our message to the student athletes and to the team has really been to go out and play fearless and play aggressive volleyball. And we're trying to free the athletes to experiment with some of the actions that we've been asking them to perform. When the time comes when they're going to have to perform at their highest level, they've done that, they've been there, they've done it, and they feel the confidence to be able to perform that again when it's on the line, when it's 24 all and they get the set and everybody knows that they're getting the ball, that they've done this and they can handle that. Now's not the time to play safe. Now's the time to take some chances and see what they can do and maybe push the boundaries a little bit so that they continue to improve and so that they play to win.
We do put high expectations on all of our contacts just because we are an older team in a sense, not in CIS, but just our players are older and we have a lot of experience, and we can see just the small differences of changing that pass from like a 2 pass to a 3 and how that affects the team on the other side. And if we can hit that ball just a little bit harder and if that sets in a better location, just little things like that take us up to the next level. But it really doesn't feel like we have a lot of pressure on us, especially right now during preseason. Steve has just given us the green light to just go and try new things, work really hard, but I feel like there's just an overall expectation just, to really care about every contact that you make.
Everything that we do today and everything that we did 2 months ago in the weight room, it leads up to what we want to accomplish, and then that for us, that's nationals and winning a national title. And I think you have to do everything with such intensity, whether that be you really don't feel like getting up and going to the gym in the morning, do it for your team. Don't necessarily do it for yourself, but do it for all those players that have that intensity and want to win a national title.
Our expectations for the team have always been really high. Going into our 4th year in CIS, I feel like we're a very experienced team. We have a lot of vets on the team this year who have all been playing a lot at this level. There's only 3 girls on the team left that were in the college league, so we're all kind of at that CIS level. We all have that desire and drive to really push ourselves to be the best, and Steve has high expectations for us as well. So we're always working to really get up there.
But let's be ready for something different coming out of this time out here. Bree, I already told you once, ready on the X ball coming around on this. Solid on the outside mirror. You've got the lefty. She's struggling right now. Let's just put up a solid block, give her nothing to wipe off of. Okay? And let's go dig a ball. Along with all our athletic goals that we have set for ourselves, every year the team sets an academic achievement goal for the team. So we have this year, I'll let the cat out of the bag. They're shooting for about a 78% average as a team. They've done that for a number of years and it's gradually been increasing. And last year we were well within that range as well, with an above 77% average as a team. So academics are very important. These student athletes work extremely hard in the classroom.
The Heat women's volleyball season runs until the spring.
I started out in science, but I decided to switch over to management because I think it embodies a lot of different things that I like, so I have a really wide variety of interests. In 3rd year, everybody goes through live case. My team actually got to go to the finals for that. We came together as a group. That was great. Out of that, I was able to write business cases as well as research in the wine industry. For the company that we actually had presented to, these things have come from me being in the management program. As you are in university, you learn how to kind of come into yourself, come into your own personality. Varsity athletics has played a huge role in my university experience. It teaches you discipline, time management, even study habits, because you need to be able to balance the two. My family connection to UBCO is a number of different ways. We spent a lot of summers here when I was younger. Also, my mom is a professor. Having her around is definitely a unique experience for me. I chose to come here because both my parents are from BC originally. I've heard a lot of good things about Okanagan and UBCO and the program here, and definitely turned out to be the right choice.